We're 8 episodes in,
Mm-hmm.
which means we are 8 of 14 episodes into Act 1. That reduces down to 4 of 7. And then there's a percentage there. Math's hard. It's more than half.
We should not ever try to do math on this podcast
It's
ever.
true. We shouldn't. Hello. Welcome. This is episode number 8 of Jared and I Watch Sailor Moon Crystal. I'm Jared. That's Ladyem.
Hello.
And we are here to talk to you about Act 8, Minako, Sailor V, which is episode 8.
Oh, man. And they did a recap of her entrance, and it was beautiful.
Big things are popping off in this episode.
Yeah, no kidding.
Big things are popping off. We get a reveal. We get another reveal. We get Tokyo Towers there, because of course you had to have a culminating battle at Tokyo Tower.
Why not?
I wonder why that's such like a huge trope in anime. That's like grounded in like in Japanese in like reality in actual Japan. Because this does it. There's the end of an arc and Cardcaptor Sakura has it, and then there's like just a bunch of other shows all have like these reoccurring events happening at Tokyo Tower. Maybe because it's just a huge landmark in Japan that's like, oh hey, we can use this as our backdrop for this huge battle or something.
I don't know. I just I wonder where the trope begins.
That's a good question.
Hmm.
It's probably out there on the internet, but
Probably.
But as of now, this is where it's happening. So like obviously it's in the manga as well. It's in the 90s anime, so it's a continuing trend of Tokyo Tower. It's like, hey, what's up? I'm here. I will be your backdrop for the day.
And then you upset me because you were telling me you upset him too. You told me, you're like, oh man, someone's gonna die this episode. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
what? No.
If you do remember from last week's episode, I did end it by mentioning someone will die.
And I didn't take you seriously.
You should always take me seriously.
No, I shouldn't. I just thought you were joking. And then I got real upset watching this episode.
Because you're like, who's gonna die? Which one is it? Who is it? Someone dies at the end of this episode.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't lie to you. Unless I'm legitimately trying to withhold information from you before you go off and spoil it.
Right, which you did. You were blatantly lying to me about this episode.
That's because you were the one who was like, you went off and spoiled it for yourself afterwards. I was like,
I had to because you were
ow!
lying. You were lying to me.
So we should let's get into why I was withholding information from you. So this episode begins basically on the offset of last episode. Minako shows up.
Get the sweet hair flip so that you see her face.
Yeah, which I feel like I would imagine it when the wind's blowing her face and she has to move it out of the way. That's like Minako being like, oh right, I need to reveal my face.
Yeah, it was awesome. Although very relatable because when you have long hair, it gets in your face all the time.
Right. So she's just chilling up on that roof. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's Sailor V. What? And then they notice there's a moon crescent on her forehead. And they pretty much assume that she's the princess they've been looking for. Then that's how she and Artemis introduce her as.
I'll say, and then JYB starts yelling that she's the princess.
So if you remember earlier in this series when I was like, when we meet Artemis, you're going to get another Persona connection. That's because Artemis is voiced by Johnny Young Bosch.
JYB. He's everywhere.
He is. He's also very good in this show, so.
Oh, yeah. He's great as the cat.
Mm-hmm.
Although, like I said, every once in a while, I'm like, Yu Narakami is everywhere. Everywhere.
He will never die.
We cannot escape the bowl cut.
It's true, we can't. So yeah, they introduce themselves, or those two introduce Minako as Princess Serenity, the princess that Luna, Usagi, Rei, Ami, and Makoto have been looking for all this time. So they're like, yay, we did it! We found the princess! One of our goals is achieved!
Yay!
But at the same time, Minako's like, I know where the legendary silver crystal is, but I'm not gonna tell you.
And also, apparently she has been talking to Usagi through the video game console, which is hilarious.
Yeah. So Luna obviously knew them as well, but had been withholding that information too. And Minako had been talking to Usagi through an arcade cabinet. Because sure, that's a way to do things. Also, though, we get, I think it's Zoisite, who, after being injured in the last battle, comes back and basically, is it Zoisite or no? It's Kunzite. Kunzite basically comes in and is
Fab.
like, yeah, it's Cape Man.
Cape Man Fab.
Kunzite basically challenges Minako directly because he also thinks she's Princess Serenity, and he's like, hey, you know what the crystal is. Come bring the crystal to Tokyo Tower, or else I'm going to kill everyone in the city. And he basically kind of proves his threat by causing a blackout throughout all of Tokyo, the Tokyo area. And then Minako's like, I gotta go by myself to fight him.
Which, is he really proving himself though? Like, I don't think a blackout is really equivalent to I'm going to kill everyone in the city.
Well, I mean, it's kind of just like, hey, I have enough power to do this. It makes the assumption, oh, he probably has enough power to do worse things, per se.
Okay, that makes sense.
So those two meet up. Minako's like, hey, I don't have the crystal dog. And then Kunzite's like, oh, I'm gonna beat you up.
From my green sphere of doom.
From my green light. I'm the Great Gatsby. Hello.
Oh my god.
But the rest of
he's entitled and a jerk, so it fits.
the rest of them show up as well, and they're like, hey, let's fight him too.
And they just like float up, and it's so dramatic and awesome.
It's
like,
very random, just like all holding hands, like whoop.
Whoop. It's like a Sailor Guardian Scout elevator.
Yeah. Oh, what else happens? They fight. A lot of the weapons basically don't work because Kunzite's able to block a bunch of them. They're able to outsmart him.
That's how it always goes, though. Like,
that's true.
We get a new villain, we're like, oh no, none of our moves are working against him. What do we do?
Sailor Moon's able to hit him with moon healing escalation, which kind of does something, but not really. Tuxedo Mask shows up and is like, hey, what's up? Sailor Moon finds him and smooches him.
Right on the dang mouth.
Right on the mouth.
I was so happy for her. I'm like, yeah, girl, get it.
And like
smooch ya boy.
That was actually kind of a good scene as well, just because like it was the inverse of like pretty much all actions, like shows and films and all that stuff, where it's like main dude kisses romantic interest and then goes off to fight the bad guy. But here it's the opposite. It's Usagi kissing him and then going off to fight the bad guy while he's like, oh, I'll just stay here, I guess.
But it's amazing. Like, that's one thing I really like about this show is that it inverts so many tropes, and it's going to invert another one by the time this episode is over.
Yeah.
I love it. I love taking tropes and flipping them on their head. It's awesome.
Dump all the tropes on their head.
Yeah, it's great. Please do more of that, guys.
So, after that, Sailor Moon rejoins everyone. They're getting ready to attack again, but Kunzite's ready to hit him with a big ol' attack.
He's got his Kamehameha ready.
Yeah. So essentially, like they all get like Sailor V out of the way because they still think she's the princess. Like, we gotta protect the princess. Let's get her out of the way. So like the attack kind of gets focused onto Sailor Moon, but here comes Tuxedo Mask. Like, she's been the one saving me all this time. I'll be the one to save her this time.
Whoops.
Remember
his
when
mask just goes flying?
Remember when I said a couple episodes ago that Tuxedo Mask is generally just kind of useless throughout the entire series?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, he did take an attack for her, even if he's just a person.
It's true.
So, I mean, it's not entirely useless. It's just poorly thought out.
And therein lies the point where someone dies this episode.
I was so upset, and I told you immediately, I'm like, we can't let this stand. Like, I have to know what happens. I'm tired, but I have to know what's going to happen. You can't just leave it here.
It's a good cliffhanger.
I was mad at you for just leaving me at that. And you're like, we can watch another episode. I'm like, okay, fine, good, let's do it. I need to know what's going to happen. I was legitimately upset. Legitimately.
Makes sense.
He tried. You tried, Sticker.
He tried and then just kablooey.
Yeah, well, sometimes, things go kablooey. It happens.
I mean, the one good thing about this is that in the 90s anime, he doesn't get like mortally hurt by just a ball of energy. He gets like stabbed with a crystal, and that's how he dies. He just gets shanked.
Shank in the tuxedo mask.
Yeah,
that's rude.
It's very rude.
Didn't his mother ever tell him not to shank people?
I mean,
come on, Fab.
I mean, you're gonna realize soon who these the four kings of the Dark Kingdom have been, had learned stuff from. So
it's a terrible name. The four kings of the Dark Kingdom.
I forget if they're called the four kings or not, but like the four dudes of the Dark Kingdom sounds real worse. So
are they supposed to be like the four fabulous horsemen of the apocalypse of the moon?
That's a really good name, though. The four fabulous horsemen of the apocalypse.
It's the name of my next band. Not that I've ever had a band, except for in Rock Band, but we were called Waffle Iron Explosion.
Okay, so the Japanese is Shiten no, which I guess roughly translates to four heavenly kings.
Oh, snap.
But essentially they were generals.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
So that's
especially because of the outfits.
Yeah.
But
like I said, you'll understand like where they have learned who they were serving under before things went wrong for them. You'll learn that very soon.
Also, all the other ones are still alive, so that's
all those guys are still alive, even though they're completely dead in the manga.
Yeah, they're alive. So they're just like plotting terribly. Fab is out there trying to get things done.
Which I guess like there is a change from the manga as well. That in the episode, Minako is like, Kunzite, you need to remember who you really are, and like he hesitates for that second. And then, like, Queen Beryl's in his head, like, why are you hesitating? Kill her! Apparently that doesn't happen in the manga, so... But there are definitely, like, there have been hints going on throughout, like, the last couple of episodes specifically as well, of being, like... of trying to show you that, like, hey, these guys weren't necessarily bad this entire time. Like, something's happened to them.
Yeah, there's one with Ray, right?
Yeah. And then, I think the episode where you meet Makoto, there's another one as well. Or something similar.
Well, yeah, because there's the whole thing that she was the only lady that he targeted out of the whole thing with, like, a bride, Like, you wouldn't just target a bunch of men and then you're like, hey, there's a lady, we'll target her. Like, there had to have been a reason.
And then, of course, like, there's the big hint in next week's episode that really kind of like lays it out for you, but we'll talk about that next week. But yeah, someone died this episode.
You hurt me.
I'm sorry.
You hurt me. I was not prepared.
I prepared you. I told you.
I thought you were joking.
No.
You me to be like really, really emotional. Like, Jared, you can tell these people legitimately. I was upset.
Yeah.
I was very upset. I was texting Jared like, you can't leave this here. You're not allowed to go to bed. You can't go to bed. Even though you have to go to school, you can't leave this here. I'm not allowing it.
I was shamed into having to watch another episode.
You were, because I was devastated. Like, even though Tuxedo Mask has been sort of a butthead, like, he's still, like, technically on the side of good here, and, like, they just kissed, and then he dies, and it's like, what? You're supposed to die? Who let you die? Who allowed you to die? I was so upset. Sorry, I just got really loud.
It's fine.
It was very emotional. I may or may not have cried a little.
It's an emotional scene. That's why it was emotional.
What?
It's an emotional scene. That's why it was emotional. I realized I lost the logic of that like midway through, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna finish this.
Wonderful. But I want to say, though, that I think that this is really indicative of how attached I've become to this anime, because I legitimately was crying and upset.
Yeah.
Which is not something I ever expected going into this. Because again, I didn't know what to expect. People have talked about Sailor Moon, but I've never watched it, so
Right.
now I'm just attached to people, and it's unfair.
But things are gonna potentially turn around next week. We're gonna get a lot of reveals next week.
The first thing that just popped in my head when you said that they were going to turn around was Total Eclipse of the Heart, and then I was thinking of the moon and Turn Around Bright Eyes. So yeah.
Shout out to our 80s and 90s reference of the week.
Oh my god, I just made one. I didn't realize that that's what I was doing.
The streak continues.
The problem is that it's just the way that I function as a human being, because I don't realize that I'm making them until it comes out and you're like, oh, that's your reference. I'm like, wait, what? What?
Yep.
But it's bad that like my brain immediately takes the phrase turn around and goes to Total Eclipse of the Heart.
I mean, if it doesn't go that way, you're just missing out.
It's true. It's true. So that was not intentional on my part, guys. Actually, 90% of these have not been intentional on my part.
But yeah, big things are going to happen next week. Lots of reveals. One of the big reveals of this arc will happen, as we will talk about next week. Act 9, Serenity Princess. It's kind of in the title exactly what it's going to reveal.
Yeah, and you guys get to hear more about how I was yelling at Jared.
It's true. I was getting yelled at. I was getting real
You
bullied.
You were. Because you were lying to me.
Yeah. It happens.
I'm glad you accept it.
Do you have any other thoughts you want to talk about this episode, or should we just go ahead and go?
Nope. Do the wrap up.
All right. For more information from us, seasonalanicheckup.com, sac.cool for past episodes of this show, the Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA, the Seasonal Anime Checkup. You can also find columns and reviews there as well. For more from Ladyem, go to ladyem.com. You can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/animecheckup. And yeah, we will be back with you next week for big reveals, big surprises, and act number 9.
And tiggle bitties.